Welcome to Modest Goddess. I'm Allie, and today we're going to talk about my dominatrix era and how it helped empower me to become the empowered female I am today. And I'm really excited to talk about it. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to my page so I can keep doing this for you. And let's have some fun. Let's get into it. Last week on the podcast, we talked about manifestation and just about when you're in alignment with something, it manifests pretty quickly. So I did mention that I manifested being a dominatrix literally within 1 week, maybe even less. I'll tell the story. So let's start there. So it was over quarantine. I was just at a point in my journey where I was feeling that female empowered vibe. And I said out loud, I want to be a dominatrix to my partner at the time. We were polyamorous. I'm not anymore. I'm very monogamous and I'm loving it. Literally a week later, somebody hit me up that I had kind of known previously and asked if I could dom him. Like I posted a photo on my story and he replied and was like, "Are you strong?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm strong." Like I was doing a lot of yoga and Pilates. And then he started sending me these videos of women choking out men. And at first I was pretty uncomfortable by it. I was like, this is weird. But part of my inner being was like, you got to step up to the plate, girl. It's your time to shine. So I started lifting weights. I got into it. And then for 6 months, we would just talk. It was quarantine times, we talked. He'd send me these videos so I could learn moves. I would practice I had a couple male friends that let me practice on them. And then I looked up asphyxiation because I was a little bit worried. I was like, is this safe? In these videos, these men pass out and then the women let go. You can look it up. It's a very interesting fetish. Everyone's clothed. It's not sexual. It's more sensual. And it wasn't sexual. It was. And if you look it up, you can look at videos if you're curious. But yeah, everyone's clothed. A lot of the women in the videos were wearing gym clothes and just, choking out these men. So I was a little uncomfortable by the topic at first, but yeah, part of me just felt like I had to step up and do it. So I got even stronger than I was. And I remember being so nervous to do it. And I looked up we're kind of fed a lie about asphyxiation. Don't try this at home and don't quote me on it, but you can look it up for yourself. But you know how in movies they just put a pillow over someone's face and then 2 seconds later they're dead? That's not how it works. So you actually have to choke someone out till they pass out and then keep holding for another minute and at least, or something like that. You have to hold it after they pass out for an amount of time. Once I read that, I did feel a little better about it. He reassured me to the end of the world that, it would first of all be very hard to make him pass out. He had a high tolerance, and that if he does, you just let go right away and they come right back to it. Now, he did pass out. I did make him pass out. That's how strong I am. So you should be afraid of me. Just a couple times, I think just twice, but I only did it 5 times. Wait, let's backtrack. Where are we? So I remember being so nervous about doing it. And after I did it, it was such an amazing feeling. I was so embodied. I was just so embodied in feeling so strong. And this man who's double my size, just choking him the fuck out. And I had all this rage against men. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not realize the patriarchy. I just never clocked it. And then I think for a lot of us over quarantine, and the pandemic, we just kind of had a lot of time on our hands and started realizing whoa, the patriarchy, it's a thing. And I was pretty angry once I realized it. I had a lot of feminine rage and I wasn't so comfortable with anger at the time and letting that move through my body. And this was such a release. It was such an outlet. I had so much tension in my hips and it was the squeezing. There's some moves with your legs where you put their neck between your thighs. I know I sound scary, and you squeeze really hard. it just like helped release so much tension in my body every time I would do it. And so I only did it a handful of times. I would say like 4 or 5 times. And yeah, it was just incredible. One time I lit a candle and I made it just like this really spiritual thing for me, because it was just something that helped me get to a place of feeling like I can defend myself. If a man ever fucks with me, like, you cannot fuck with me because I will choke you, you know? And that felt so empowering and so good. And eventually I did realize, like, wait, hold up, pump the brakes. I'm literally accommodating a man. So I'm mad about the patriarchy, but then it's this man's like fetish to be choked. And I'm doing that for him. And that just gave me the ick. So I stopped. I was like, there are potential dangers with it. You know what I mean? Somebody could have a heart attack. I really looked into all the potential dangers. And even with his reassurance that nothing would happen, I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. It doesn't feel safe. Like the reward stopped being equal to the risk, and or more than the risk. The reward, you know what I mean? It wasn't rewarding anymore once I realized that I was just kind of accommodating a man. And I was like, you know what? I got what I needed out of it. It was dope. It's another thing on manifesting. Like, after that guy hit me up to dom him, literally a week later, another man hit me up to dom him. So yeah, I put it out in the universe. I was ready for it. That's how I knew it was in alignment. That's also another way to know, is if you say something out loud and you want it and it's given to you right away, you might be ready for it. So I stepped up to the plate. I'm really proud of myself. I think fetishes in general can be such a healing way, especially when they're done in an embodied way. And you know who does a podcast episode on this? Luis Mojica. I talked about him in my last episode about manifesting. He's a somatic practitioner, and he also has a podcast, and he does a great episode. It's called Holistic Life Navigation is the name of the podcast, about fetishes and how to explore them in an embodied way. And that's exactly what I did. And I feel like the exploration of fetish can really help you become embodied and become more embodied when you are in a sensual scenario. So that's what I'll say on the topic. It was like a really interesting side quest for me, and I loved my dominatrix era. It was dope. If you're given the opportunity and you're female to do something dominatrixy and you feel ready for that, it can be really, really empowering. I'm drinking chamomile tea. That's some ASMR for you, now that we're talking about fetishes and whatnot. This mug says, "The best things in life are not things." And I love that. So as I end most episodes, by the way, this is my art on my kimono. I discontinued this kimono, but I think I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to end by showing you a piece of art and telling you the story behind it. This painting is called Nocturna. It's acrylic on canvas. It's so beautiful how this painting came to be, because I just started with the moon. Like, I just painted the moon, and I was just like going to leave it as the moon. And then I felt like there were things that have to come out of the moon. And then I felt an owl, and then I felt those eyes on top. And it was just like all an expression of all of the darkness I was feeling, but it wasn't bad darkness. It was the darkness I needed to understand in myself to move through and feel lighter. So don't be afraid of your shadow is the point of this painting. That's what it came through to teach me. And I truly, truly, truly feel that when we have art up in our homes and it has a strong message like this one does, that it affects our lives every time we look at it, that it projects that vibration to not be afraid of your darkness. So if you resonate with that and you would like a print of this, I have high quality canvas prints on my website, allylazart.com. This is truly one of my favorite pieces I've ever made, and I hope you enjoy it. That was kind of on brand for the theme. Now that I didn't think about it before actually, but of the, diving into the dominatrix era of my life and really transmuting that anger into pleasure. So I hope that this podcast landed with you in some way. And if not, maybe you just enjoyed listening to my story. Don't forget to create this week. Create, express, do something that feels good. And I'll see you next week. Bye.